I'm AgroBlaze96.
And I'm the Woodshed, and welcome to the AgroShed Podcast. What is going on, Capital Wasteland? Can you hear me? It's Three Dog coming at you live.
Oh, I
What is
love
going
that.
on? I figured you get that. I'm sorry. I put insert barking here on my
man
notes.
put insert barking here.
Yeah,
bro.
no, I shit you not. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Capital Wasteland, and all my survivors in the post-apocalyptic hellhole? It's your boy Three Dog. That's right. Oh man, I've waited so long.
I was like, dude, I can tell. I was like that was like you were very excited for that.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the AgroShed Podcast. If you can't tell by the intro, you're uncultured. I'm so sorry. No, I'm just kidding. We're doing Fallout, the series today. We're going to do Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas more specifically. We'll talk a little bit about the TV show. We'll talk a little bit about speculation with new Fallouts coming out and some other things. How you feeling, Zach? How you doing?
I'm good, man. We just got back from London, and I'm super excited to record another video and get back on the schedule, man.
Yeah, fantastic. For those of you who don't know, we'll brag about Zack very, very briefly. Finished 14th in London, right? Yeah. He also got ranked globally. Carly told me, I think he's 20th in the world right now.
Yeah.
Ranked 7th American.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to say a damn word, so W's in the comments for your boy, Zack, AgroBlaze.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it.
Killing showing, man.
I appreciate it, brother. It means a lot.
And the only thing the commentator said is he doesn't build decks traditionally. It's amazing. And so, huge shout out.
I did take that as a very high compliment coming from Brian. So
yeah, you're doing something maybe meta, but not traditionally so, and still getting.
Yeah, for sure.
Should be very proud. Huge shout out to Zack. So we're doing Fallout. We're gonna talk a little bit about our time in Fallout. We both have some experience in this. This one's kind of like Clash, where Zack has experience in Fallout, but not to the extent that I do.
Valid.
And we'll talk about the difference in extent. Zack, do you know how much time you have in Fallout, or do you have any grasp? You know, I know you did a handful of playthroughs, maybe a couple of playthroughs on each game, more or less.
I mean, I played more Fallout 3 than anything. I probably played like 1,000 hours in Fallout 3, to be honest. Like, it's a lot.
Damn.
More than most people realize. Now, New Vegas and 4, I've beaten a couple times and like played through, but I've not like done like the extent, like vast side quests like that I have in Fallout 3. So.
Okay, and see, even the 1,000 hours, that surprises me with how much Zack has played.
I played too much Fallout 3.
And now let's double and triple that, and that's probably my hours per game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Easily. I'm absolutely one of the, and I'm to the extent now I'm one of those people when I play through Fallout, I min max everything. So for those of you who know anything about Fallout, I leave the Vault 101 like everybody else, but instead of going to Megaton, I go to Rivet City, I collect the intelligence bobblehead as a level 2, and then go to Megaton and then do everything over again.
My God.
Because I want that extra 1 experience point, and I want to get as many as I can. I know I've collected like 70 books to have a level 100 character all the way through, so he's level 30, but has 100 in every category. I'm that guy. That's me.
This is what playing a lot of video games in high school looks like, kids. So
that's right. We've haven't peaked though. Or we never will. Let that be up to you. So we're gonna talk about. We'll start real easy. Zack's will be pretty easy. Zack, what's your favorite Fallout?
3. I mean, I know that that's obvious answer based on like my playtime hours that I just told you about. Like, I don't know. Like, it's 3 has to be my favorite. It's just, I don't know. It was like my first Fallout. So yeah. 3 easy slam dunk.
And it was mine too. And so mine will also be 3, but for nostalgic reasons. I know it doesn't play the best. I know it's a little glitchy. But I think there's a lot to that 3 offers that, for example, New Vegas and 4 doesn't. For example, and the reason that Fallout 3 is so not necessarily liked by all the communities because in New Vegas and 4, you have more options of what you can do as far as end story, right? There's 3 or 4 factions you can side with all of them.
Right.
In 3, there's really one choice. And you could do something for the Enclave, but you can't really side with the Enclave. You're just Brotherhood still. You're forced down this kind of good guy path.
Right, for sure.
which in open world games is not a super common thing. Everybody does a Caesar's Legion playthrough once.
Oh, once. You have to. You have to.
Everybody does it once.
You have to.
Right. But a lot of people don't like being forced down that certain path. And
Sure.
while I understand that, you guys are wrong. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's one of the only games outside of 4 that lets you continue to play after you've beaten the main story, especially if you have the DLC at least.
Right.
Which is a shame that it was a DLC thing, but I think it was fantastic. That's my biggest beef with New Vegas is you can't play after you make New Vegas the way you want.
Yeah.
And we've seen how it plays out in 4 in New Vegas, how when you give, there's more options. Nobody's ever happy with all the options. Like, nobody's ever happy to do the Mr. House ending, and even doing the Yes Man one. Like, he kind of takes over at the end, so you're kind of mad about it.
Yeah, I know.
And what are you going to do, side with the NCR? Who's going to side with the government? What's wrong with you guys, right? So I like that, even though it has kind of the forced good guy ending, it's not one that you ever feel just god-awful about.
Right.
Which... And the options, when you have more choices, I'm mad about. I'm like, man, this is the best we got to offer. It's like I'm voting all over again. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is really what I got?
I have never thought of any of the Fallout endings as making me feel like I'm voting, but now that will probably stick in my head every time I beat a Fallout game for the rest of my life.
Next time you go to the ballots, you'll be like, oh, really? This is who I'm picking between? And you're just sitting there and you're just rubbing your temples. And you'll be like, oh my God, it's like I'm playing New Vegas.
I'll be sitting there going, where's Liberty Prime? Give it to me!
Do you have a favorite mission in Fallout?
Ooh. A favorite mission?
I know what yours is, but I want to hear.
A favorite mission?
Yeah, favorite quest. Storyline. Take your pick.
I don't know, man. That's tough because, it's been so long since I have played any of the 3 Fallouts we're talking about that I don't remember the names of the quests.
I guarantee you I do. Describe it to me.
I believe. Sadly, that I believe. Man, I don't know. You're gonna have to go. I have to think about this one for a second. This one's like a tank for me.
So I have a couple that I really like.
Okay.
One of my favorites is in Fallout New Vegas. It's Ain't That a Kick in the Head? And it's when you chase down Matthew Perry and you finally get to confront him in his casino.
Okay.
In New Vegas. And it's because of the build up to it, and there's so much talk about it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you go to Caesar's Legion, I almost always kill Benny. Almost always. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry, by the way, who voiced him, who was a big Fallout fan apparently.
Yeah.
But even like Caesar just go, and he's like, I can't believe that you actually came to me when I summoned you. And you're like, what do you want, old man? He goes, I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised. You just, so a guy shoots you in the head. You track him across the whole desert just to kill him in his own casino and then walk into this other one where nobody even knows if that guy's still alive who's in there. And he's like, I can't believe the ball's on you. Are you ready to get started? And that's what he does. And I'm like, that's badass, right? So things like that I think are pretty cool. So there's got to be that.
Okay.
And I'm going to honorable mention one, and this is the one I think will be your favorite when I tell you what it is. It's the Tranquility Lane mission in Fallout 3. When you go into that VR pod, and they put you into that thing, and you can do the Chinese command simulator.
Yes, that.
The failsafe.
Gets me every time.
It kills everything. And there's just no time.
You're like killing the little girl or whatever too, because she's the obnoxious.
Braun.
Yeah, she's the obnoxious little kid.
Yeah, and everybody in there dies, and she's like, and she all of a sudden has a thick German accent. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you've triggered the failsafe. Everybody's going to die, and it's like you've killed him anyway, dude.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I've played that game so much. The code in the abandoned house to trigger that failsafe, I have not had to look that up in 12 years. I know it by heart to this day.
That's wild, actually.
I first try it every time.
That's crazy work. All right, so since I'm not gonna lie, that was my go-to answer. Was probably gonna be I didn't know it was called Tranquil Lane, but I knew what it was. Yeah. I just remember it's you bring in the Chinese army and they kill everyone. I'm gonna take a step back here. We're gonna reach in the bag a little bit. It's a DLC in New Vegas, I think. Where you go onto the alien spaceship
No,
or
that's 3,
is
Mothership
that
Zeta.
3? Okay, yeah. That one, I love
Uh-huh.
that actually. I actually really enjoy that a lot. Which I feel like it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I like that DLC a lot.
You know, and widely enough, when it first came out, that was one of the most 2 popular DLCs, and I love that DLC.
Hmm.
And now as it's aged, it's considered one of the laziest and one of the worst.
Cool.
I love that DLC. I love that one because I love
Yeah.
the alien weapons. I love hoarding. I come out of there with like 15 of each of their weapons, and I have all the special weapons that they can muster.
Oh,
The
dude.
captain's sidearm, the modulator, the disassembler, and all that shit.
You have
I
to.
have them
There's no
all.
other way to play that mission.
Yeah, I just sit there and I'm just hoarding stuff. I'm just like, wow, this is really cool alien tech. And I'm just
100%.
hoarding it and I'm killing aliens and you blow up a spaceship. And I'm like, damn, this is awesome. Everybody's like, well, you're just kind of killing the same handful of aliens with the same couple things and just exploring, doing the same stuff. And I'm like, leave me alone.
I mean, yeah, dude, like come on. Don't come at me. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Do you have that's I love that one. And oddly enough, the one I hate the most, the pit, is widely regarded as the best one. And I
Uh,
hate that one. That's the
of
one where
course
you
it
get
is.
kidnapped. Not kidnapped, but you go to that island and they take like part of your brain and you have to help that
Yeah.
ghoul who's an asshat.
Yeah.
That's like, oh man, everybody's like, that's fantastic. And I'm like, fuck you. I killed the ghoul after I side with him at the end because he's such an obnoxious cocksucker.
Yeah.
By the way, this is not family friendly.
I don't think any of
Um,
the episodes have been family friendly. I'm pretty sure
the
we
first
both
couple,
the first one or two, and then after that, it's just been like fuck this, fuck that, fuck you.
yeah,
Every episode.
loosened up a little bit.
Exactly.
Do you have a favorite character in the Fallout series?
I feel like the cop out answer is like Fox. Um,
I like that answer.
I feel like that's like probably like the number one answer here that I feel like people will reach for. Um,
Keep in mind how old that game is, though, and how many people would reach for 4 New Vegas first.
yeah, I mean that's fair. Like it makes a lot of sense. You know what? I can't remember his name. What's the robot from New Vegas that you like have to befriend when you get to the casino or whatever, or like you try to fight? There's the robot. I can't remember his name specifically.
The one you try and program for the casino,
I think so.
Fisto.
Yes,
Oh
that sounds
god,
right.
Zack's got a sex robot for
Yep,
the fucking Atomic Wrangler.
there it is. Don't at me. You know what? Fuck you guys. At me in the comments. Bring it on. Let's argue.
We all know why he's the favorite.
All right. What
Um,
about you?
so I love Fox. His backstory is tragic.
Oh, 100%.
But he's the best sidekick you'll ever have. I love him. But realistically, and my answer will kind of double here, so I won't go too deep into it because the next question I will go deeper into it.
Okay.
Um, it's probably going to be Veronica from Fallout New Vegas, the girl who's in the robes and the Brotherhood of Steel, and she just carries around a
Yeah.
power fist, just beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Felicia
Okay.
Day voices her.
I have no idea who that is,
Um,
but cool.
I don't either, but Diablo always says that. But I love the character though.
All right. I'm here for
Um,
it. I'm here for it.
Now we're gonna, and this is the reason. My question is, who has the best story lore wise in Fallout, in your opinion?
I mean,
Um,
I feel like you just have to pick Fox. Like his story is
yeah,
just, I don't know. Like there's just too much there. Like it's kind of like those memes when it's like, yeah, we need a little bit of a story, but you don't have to go that hard. And like
yeah,
they just dove into that story.
yeah. A mutant who was still coherent, so he was shunned by other mutants, shunned by society, locked
Hmm.
away in a room for forever. Taught himself how to read and talk. Right, very relatively well spoken when you talk to him.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're just like, wow, this is just one sad motherfucker. I should, yeah, come with me. You're mine now.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just all the better that he carries around a Gatling laser, right? It's, that he carries around the biggest gun in the world and he's impossible to kill.
It does make him a pretty good sidekick.
Um, Definitely the best sidekick in the game. And honestly, if anything ever happens to Fox, I leave or I reload the save. That's how terrifying that is.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, if something happens to Fox, you should probably run because you fucked.
I'll tell this story before I go into my lore because it's still going to be Veronica. She's going to be my favorite
Okay.
because of the story, and I'll tell you about it. But this one time I was at the very end of the game, the main story at least before DLC, And so I'm invading that memorial with Fox. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go around and collect a whole bunch of Enclave armor. I could take it to Fort Independence, get stim packs and ammo for it.
Yeah.
I'll just collect a whole bunch of it, right? And I went somewhere and Fox went another way, and I didn't think two things of it. And so I just go killing some things. And like 2 minutes later, it comes up on my screen and says, Fox has died. And I went, I'm glad I didn't go left. And then I reloaded the save.
So a logical thing to do.
I'm not doing it. I'm a little surprised you didn't pick Sharon, though. You probably completely forgot about him.
So he popped up in my mind. I like Sharon a lot, and like he's definitely like an honorable mention for me. I don't know.
He doesn't have a lot of backstory that we know about, though.
Yeah, I was like, Fox is just like this. The backstory, like Fox, I just takes the cake for me, I guess.
Yeah. So my best story in Fallout's Veronica, but there's so much that was expanded upon her throughout all the DLCs that I can't just find impressive. First of all, if you talk to her, she's got a sense of humor, like what you'd expect just an average person, right?
Okay.
Oh, Veronica, how'd you get into the Brotherhood? Oh man, so many sexual favors you wouldn't fucking believe. No, I'm kidding. I was born into it. Like that's a voice line she has.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's awesome. And then it turns out, you go into some of the DLCs and you meet a mute in the Sierra Madre, right? It turns out it was Veronica's girlfriend.
Yep.
And you're like, holy shit, that's wild. That's insane. And then you go to Big Mountain and you see like her stealth armor, in the big empty, right? And you're like, oh my God, this bitch has just been everywhere looking for. And at the end of Sierra Madre, it's Father Elijah, the guy that she's looking for that's gone mad and, potentially could have saved the Brotherhood. Turns out he is just a psycho. Spoiler alert.
But
there's just so
spoilers
much
at this point.
Yeah, but there's just so much that got tied to her,
right?
That I just could not help but fall in love with her backstory.
No, I get that. That makes sense.
Do you have a favorite game to explore? And I mean map wise.
Like one that I just like meandering around.
Yeah.
If you want the truth, it's probably Fallout 4, and I say that because I didn't have the time that I had in like the other games, I feel like. So like in like order like of like time played, it's definitely 3, New Vegas 4. And so I think 4, if I was to pick a game to just randomly explore, it would definitely be 4. Because there's so much of the map I probably still haven't seen or found that it would be like brand new to me all over again. To whereas if I just started meandering Fallout 3, I'd probably be like, oh, well, like that brought that to the forefront of my memory. I forgot about that for a moment. So yeah, definitely, I would say 4.
Yeah, I would probably agree. Me and Ben talked about this the other day, and he said, "What game do you think looks like it most got struck by a nuke?" And immediately I was like, "Man, maybe New Vegas," but I was like, "Wait a second, it's already a fucking desert, so there's like nothing in half the map anyway, right?"
Which map looks like it got most hit by a nuke? Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
and you almost have to say Fallout 3 because it's just a barren wasteland of the outside DC area.
Yeah, no.
There's like 2 or 3 settlements. There's Tenpenny Tower, Megaton, and Rivet City, and that's like kind of it.
And and every time you run into something, it's destroyed, or you can see it deteriorating, or like like it definitely Fallout 3 gives you that very much like barren wasteland. Like this is like yeah, exactly.
And so I would agree Fallout 4. And even though you can see the damage on 4, you still see settlements, and it's
way
busier,
more
right?
civil. It's definitely busier for sure.
Yeah,
and that's like there's a lot of area in 3 you can just walk around and just find shit like that's just hiding the whole time.
Yeah, but it's little stuff, and it's nothing. There's just nothing there. It's just whatever. So yeah, I would say 4 is probably the best one to explore. Given that though, we've had a lot of locations, right, for Fallout, right? Fallout 1 and 2, since you didn't know, was basically the greater part of North or South California.
Okay.
Fallout 3 was in the Washington D.C. area.
Mm-hmm.
New Vegas was in the Mojave Desert, so Las Vegas.
Yep.
The surrounding states, right? And Fallout 4 was in Boston. Even 76 was in the greater Appalachia area.
Yep.
Where would you like to see Fallout 5 go?
Ooh, where would I like to see Fallout 5 go? This could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Does not have to be United States, by the way. Can be overseas if you want.
So we can go outside of the U.S.?
Go wherever you want.
Where do I want to see London? You know what? And I know that that's like a cheap shot because I just came from London, but there is so much history there. in London that I feel like you could take. Shut up, dude. I know history started July 4th, 1776.
That's right, something like that.
There's just so much history in London that I feel like you could, as a game dev, you could have them uncovering these pieces of history that maybe this person who didn't grow up or doesn't know this stuff is kind of like learning. And you, as an adult, know these kinds of things about history, and like you're watching the character like unravel that. So London's got to be my number one pick.
You know, I don't hate that idea, but I want to pose something different.
Okay.
In Fallout 3 and 4 specifically, right? There's a lot of talk about America and the war leading up to the nuclear fallout, right? With China and Russia.
Yep.
Right. I want to see us in China.
Okay, I don't hate that.
I want to see what post-apocalyptic China looks like after the war, because we've seen 3 or 4 spots on America. It was us obviously swinging dick with them that caused the war.
Right.
Caused the great ending, right? Or whatever.
Yep.
I want to see what post-apocalyptic China looks like. I want to see the propaganda, the nonsense. I want to see it all.
I'm here for it, dude. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Uncle Sam needs you, right? I want to see that.
It'd be really cool to see the Great Wall. Like, how do you depict the Great Wall?
What's left of the Great Wall?
Yeah, exactly.
What's left of the Great Wall?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you depict the Great Wall in this like post-apocalyptic world? And I think that would be a really cool like chance for like creative game devs to be able to put something together.
It goes from Great Wall to the Great Steps. 3 or 4 of them.
That would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny.
I think that's a sneaky little thing, right? I want to do that. So from Fallout 5, right? Let's talk about some of the main characters here from the other ones. The main character, specifically the Vault Dweller from Fallout 3, the characters you play.
Yeah.
The Courier in New Vegas and the Lone Wanderer in 4. Who do you think would win in a fight?
All right, who are so all like the 3 characters that you play?
Correct.
And 3 New Vegas and 4?
I can give you some background on you want on the Courier and the Lone Wanderer. I know you don't need it on the Vault Dweller.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking the New Vegas character.
The Courier.
Yeah, I'm taking the Courier. Like,
that's the right answer.
You have to be so much more resourceful, in my opinion, in Fallout New Vegas. And like there's so many more things at your disposal that I think that person, like the Courier, just comes so much more prepared for a fight.
Right.
Taking the Courier.
I think that's the perfect answer. The Vault Dweller obviously is some 19-year-old kid who escaped the vault to go look for dad and kind of got shaped by the waste from there.
Yeah.
The Courier already has experience in the waste and rules a portion of the wasteland.
Right.
Now, there is argument to be said for the Lone Wanderer because he has a military background.
Sure.
Before he gets frozen. But he was from before the war, so he doesn't have the experience in post-apocalyptic, as opposed to, again, the Courier who tracks a man across the breadth of the Mojave and walks into his fucking front door like somebody left him a key under the goddamn doormat and kills him in his own casino.
You guys didn't know Cal was going to narrate the fucking game for you, did you?
I should play more Fallout.
Oh my god, I should play more Fallout, this fucking guy. I mean, so like I think it like the Vault Dwellers definitely last, right? Like in this fight, in this like 3-person fight, like I just don't know how you can pick the Vault Dweller. And like I guess the best example that I would give of why this works, and I'm gonna reference the show here a little bit. And I know we're not gonna talk about the show super a lot, but like in what world are you ever taking the girl over the ghoul from the show, like in a fight? It's just not reasonable, in my opinion, and that's the difference I see.
Yeah, and that's a fair damn point, right? Over Lucy,
it just fits.
Shout out Lucy. Yeah, shout out. Now I want to talk about this one. I want to kind of trick Zack. So Zack has not played Fallout in a long time.
It's been a minute. I played Fallout 3 last year.
So we're going to rate 1 to 5 from most evil or best to worst factions to side with. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to give you, hold on, I'll make sure it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And we're going 5 is the worst? Like 5 is the most evil, or 1 is the most evil?
5 is the most evil.
Okay.
1 is the best.
Okay.
And we're gonna do this blindly.
I love it. Hit me with the
So you
names.
do not get to switch this, right? So number 1, right? NCR,
Okay.
the New California Republic, and Fallout New Vegas. 1 to 5.
I don't even get to know all the names.
Nope, blind ranking. That's the point. So you put them somewhere and then you suck.
NCR
Because you remember way more than I thought you were going to, so I can't just throw these names at you.
2.
2, okay. The Enclave, the main antagonist in Fallout 3. But they are protagonists in I think 1 and 2, technically.
3.
3, okay. The Institute from Fallout 4.
It's got to be 4. Like I got to go 4 here because I know who I'm
Wow.
saving for 5. And if you're not saving this one for 5, then like I don't even know why we're playing this game.
Oh man, he's gonna get a real curveball here, guys. Oh man. The Minutemen.
1. Easy.
Oh, number 5.
If you don't have I swear.
Caesar's Legion.
Yes, 5. Yes. I was fucking waiting. I was like, because if this isn't on the list, we're done. It's like, just I'm cutting this off. We're deleting the episode.
I'm not gonna lie. I debated going Brotherhood of Steel and Minutemen and seeing if
Brother, I swear to God,
one of them is the worst. I thought about it. I thought so hard about it. And I have it on here. I actually have Brotherhood of Steel and Caesar's Legion. I'm like, no, he's talking too much about 3. I can't. I gotta do Minutemen. And I should have just taken out Caesar's Legion and just let you rank Brotherhood of Steel.
Bro, I swear to God.
Oh, but that would have been me fucking with you. I didn't want to do that to you. All right, so let's do this then. Out of all those, who do you side with? You get an option. Who do you pick to side with? Actually, let's change it. I'm gonna audible here, right? Out of all the games, if you had to side with the faction from the Brotherhood of Fallout 3, the Minutemen in 4, the S-Man in New Vegas, whatever, who would you side with?
The Brotherhood of Steel.
Wow, he's a racist, is what he just told us. Because they're in Fallout 4, remember? They're in 4 and in New Vegas.
No, I know.
He's probably right though, but he still might be like a slight space race.
Slight space
post-apocalyptic racist. I don't know. Who do you think is the worst faction to side?
Caesar's Legion. The Legion.
Now, there is debate here though.
I'm not saying there's not, but there's no debate.
The Institute kidnaps people and replaces them with robots.
I mean, sure. No, the Legion.
Listen, he's right, but I wanted to have a conversation.
I'm not defending the Institute here, but, and I'm going to say this one more time, the Legion.
Oh. They kidnap people, Zack. They kidnapped your son.
Who cares? He was my son anyway. I've met me.
I just want to point out that as my 11-month-old sleeps in the next room over, for me it wouldn't be the Institute because it's like they have fucking slaves,
bro. They would never hurt your kid. You have the smilingest kid I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh man, him and all 4 teeth at this point, man.
Bro, every time you send me a picture of him, he's just smiling ear to ear.
Yeah, he's very happy.
I just look at that face and I'm like, I was happy once.
Yeah. He says after he just come back from London finishing 14th on a pro tour.
Okay, listen, I'm the happiest person in our friend group. Okay, miss me with that trash.
That's not saying a lot. That's not saying
small bar. You're right. Small bar.
Do you have a favorite gun from the Fallout series?
Ooh.
I know, and the worst part is I know what it is. I just know you don't know what it's called.
You know that I have one. You're gonna laugh at me, man. I love the hunting rifle. I love the hunting rifle, dude. Like
there was a gun. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I can't remember what it's called. It's like the plasma gun or the ray gun or some bullshit. Like the plasma rifle or something like that. I think that I like. I can't remember what it's called.
There is a plasma rifle, which I do remember you being fond of, but there was a gun that was an upgrade from the hunting rifle that I showed you. Maybe you only got it the one time. The Lincoln's Repeater. And it was like a lever action gun. It popped heads just like the honey rifle, but did way more damage.
So I remember you showing me that, but I feel like I haven't had enough experience with that to be able to say it's my favorite.
Fair. That's fair. I play on too hard of a difficulties to enjoy that gun. I need something that shoots a lot faster.
That's fair.
Or does a lot more damage.
That's valid.
Man, my favorite gun's gonna be the terrible shotgun.
The terrible shotgun's awesome. First off, the name baller, like
yeah, and even though it's the best shotgun in the game,
yeah,
fantastic.
They knew what they were doing.
I just wish it didn't degrade condition so quickly. That's my only downside with it. I wish it held its condition better because I don't find combat shotguns that easily in the Capital Wasteland.
Sure.
So that makes me a little sad. But
I mean
honestly, that's probably the best. Honorable mention to something like the special Chinese assault rifle. We always called it the Schlong rifle. I don't know what it was actually called.
I have no idea what it's actually called, but you just like unlocked a memory in my brain. I forgot it was there.
long rifle, something like that. Also, shout out to the experimental Merv, the fat man that shot 8 mini nukes instead of 1.
Now that was cool.
Now I ever got that gun once. I shouldn't be allowed to have it, so I stopped giving it to myself. I stopped getting it. That's the only gun I don't go collect, by the way.
Okay.
On top of that, do you have a favorite armor set? Favorite looking, favorite does the best damage, resistance, you know what?
Favorite armor set?
Yeah. I know you were fond of power armor.
I was like, I had power armor most of the time. Yeah, I was like, that was the one that I had the most of. Was also really good.
The Enclave one, or was it the Hellfire armor? The special one. Which one was it? Do you remember?
I had the Enclave armor the most, but like the Hellfire armor is the one that I liked the most. I was trying to remember the name of it, and I'm very glad you just told me because I couldn't remember what it was called for a second. But I think the Hellfire armor was probably like my favorite one. Just because like it was kind of like, I don't know, like special edition. Like,
or was it Tesla armor?
I there was some kind of weird armor that I really liked a lot. That you like,
was it brown or black?
I think it was black.
Okay, it was Hellfire.
And I remember like you couldn't. It was very tough to find for most of the game, but I do remember really enjoying it once I found it.
Hellfire armor's great. My favorite armor is the winterized T15B because it's glitched.
Okay.
It does like the second or third best damage resistance in the game. So like there's like 2 tiers of damage resistance. One is 50, one is 45.
Okay.
Ones that do 50 is actually Hellfire armor when it's fully repaired, normal T15B, and I think there's one more armor that does 50.
Okay.
And winterized T15B does 45 instead, but doesn't lose condition regardless of what you do.
Oh wow, that's insane.
So you don't repair it. So once you get it, you just throw it on and you're done.
That's awesome.
That's one of my favorites, along with random shout out like the Talon combat armor.
Okay. Yeah.
I really just because I think it was nice, right? It's just an all black suit, right? And I dress in all black.
It just looks good.
I could be goth, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
It's a cool look. You have a favorite DLC besides the alien one?
I was like, come on, we're kind of like going back to like, I mean,
besides that one.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. At this point, it's been so long. I don't even know that I could tell you which DLCs I even remember. Like at some point, the game and the DLCs kind of become one in my far distant memory.
It's DLC.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to go back to the mothership here.
Okay, he's gonna have to default. That's a bad pussy answer. No, I'm just kidding. I just felt giving him a hard time. So I'm gonna give 2.
Okay.
One of them is a New Vegas DLC, and the other one is a Fallout 3 DLC. I'm going to give 3 examples here because I want to talk and I want to tell a story.
Okay.
So in 3, a lot of people would say it's Broken Steel because you get to keep playing the game. That's the one that lets you do that. You do some more Brotherhood missions. You finish off the Enclave.
Right.
I love that one because you can keep doing it. I also hate that DLC. The reason I do is because I stress myself out with that DLC because what I want to do is I want to carry as much Enclave armor as I can.
Okay.
So I can take it back to Fort Independence so they give me more stim packs and ammo. So I'm sitting here and I'm like dumping like cheese and cram out of my inventory because I want to try and pick up one more thing that weighs 45 pounds. And so I'm like min-maxing. So like I love that DLC, but holy shit, is it stressing me out? And of course, my 800 stim packs aren't enough. I need more stim packs.
I mean, of
right?
course, you can never have too many, right?
Yeah, so that's one of them. But I also hate it. Mothership Zeta. We talked about it.
Yep.
That's gonna be my drive-by. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Um, but for New Vegas, it's Lonesome Road. I don't know if you ever played that one. It is the one where you meet the other courier, Ulysses, in the Great Divide.
No, I don't think I've ever played that one.
It is a fantastic story. If you
Okay.
guys had to buy only one DLC for New Vegas, Lonesome Road should be it. It's a fantastic story.
Okay.
It's hard, so it's not something I play on a high difficulty.
Okay.
It's probably the only good DLC out of New Vegas, if I'm going to be honest. The rest of them are the definition of meh. Sierra Madre, you might as well just chop your balls off. That's literally my most hated DLC out of any game I've ever played. Don't even at me.
Okay.
Um, but I think that one, I mean, it's a fantastic story. There's so much back and forth. If you like story, if you like lore, if you
Mhm.
like talking and dialogue options, not even close. That's the
Okay.
most flushed out DLC I've ever seen. We got 2 more questions. You ready?
Yeah, hit me with them, dude. Let's do it.
Cool. How did you like the TV show?
Honestly, I love the TV show. TV show was amazing. I like that there's a lot of Easter eggs, like a lot of fun things that you see if you're a big Fallout fan, someone who's watched a lot of Fallout or played a lot of Fallout. I mean, because I spent the entire show being like, "Oh, that was in the game," like, "Oh, this was in the game," like, "Bro, like, this and that," and like.
Yeah.
But I also like that they made it to where, like, if you like TV and you've never played Fallout, you could still enjoy it. Like, you could still like the TV show. So,
Yeah.
in my opinion, TV show hit all marks, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. TV show was great. I have no real beef with it. I had a little bit of beef while I was watching it because I was like, Google shouldn't be this tough. But I think that's probably my only real beef with it because my mind says, at least, especially based off like Fallout 4 with like how power armor worked in that game, where it was like a whole thing you got into
Right.
and had the power.
Mm.
Like, I'm like, okay, if Knight Titus, even though it wasn't Knight Titus, but
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Brotherhood guy in power armor should be all hands with the ghoul, and it shouldn't be that hard.
Oh, 100%.
Now I get it; he's not just the ghoul. It shouldn't fucking matter.
I
But
mean,
that's my only beef.
I
love
think
the
they were
show.
definitely trying to create TV at that point in time.
Yeah, and you have to hype up the character because again, if you're me and you're just seeing a ghoul, I'm like, oh, that's 3 rounds of 10mm. I'll go buy that from Flack and Trap. All right, the gun range will have that. I'll go get that back. That's fine.
I
I hope he's
love
got
it.
6 caps on his body, right? Like, so I really like that, man.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hot take.
Hot take: Fallout should have never left 2D. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know that we say that all the time with Ben. Just like that one was for Ben. Shout out to Ben right there.
Never even played Fallout in 2D, by the way.
No, never. But still, like we say it every time.
I never will.
No, I refuse to go back. Hot takes about Fallout, huh?
And it's hard with a single player game like this, right?
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's
if
a
you
lot.
Want to, we can adjust this. I can give you a different.
So I feel like I can dissect a lot of things, but Fallout, like it's tough because like these single player games, they make them to where it's do what you want, do what you love, like kind of play the game at your own pace, your own leisure. Man, I don't know. I'm kind of stumped here.
I'll tell you what.
All right, go ahead.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shift slightly.
All right.
Because I also don't have a hot take. I have something I would change about a game, but that would just make one game obsolete in my mind. So I don't even want to do that.
Okay.
Let's react to something. You ready for some news?
Okay.
Here we are, back with 3 Dog for the news. So, maybe it was yesterday, or maybe it was the day before. Oblivion Remaster got leaked. Elder Scrolls 4 getting a remaster, and they confirmed Fallout 3 is next on their remaster list.
Yo, are you serious?
Yes, sir.
I will actually play the shit out of that. That is dope.
Catch me on stream, y'all.
I love that. I love
You
that.
guys won't see me for a few weeks.
Don't change anything. Just remaster it.
Just reskin. No, change one thing. There's one thing I change. If my sidekick kills something, like in New Vegas, give me the XP for it.
Okay, that's just lazy. No.
No.
Don't even add it.
How am I supposed to kill something before Fox does on hard?
Don't get Fox. Get somebody else.
I can't go fight Death Claws by myself.
Yeah, you can. Fuck them. Do it.
800 stim packs, weirdly enough, might not be enough.
Just be better.
I can't stand him. Sing us out, Zach. Say goodbye.
Dude, guys, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you guys for being here. Fallout, I know, is a love for me and Kyle over many years. Although, as you've learned this episode, much more for Kyle than it has been for me over the last 15 years. But Fallout's awesome. Great show. Great game. I'm super excited that they're remastering Fallout 3. I did not know that until just now. That is like really cool.
Literally the other day, like maybe 2 days ago.
Dude, that's so cool. I love that. I was across the pond when I found that out. But anyway. So yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. If you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you disagree about. Let us know what you want to see next. What takes about Fallout do you have that we didn't talk about? Tell us about it. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm AgroBlaze96. This is...
And I'm the Woodshed.
See you guys next time.
Bye, guys.